Now I'm going to show you how wicked the enemy is in his plans against you. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become a habitation of demons, and a hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. See, this modern Babylon is doing what? She's falling, brother. Her money falling. Come on now. Her money falling. You that love to kill each other for paper, in a few days you'll see this piled up in the streets. No value to it at all. You that would slaughter another human being for the face of a dead white man. You that would sell your virtue for this, so you could have things and lose who and what God made you to be. Babylon is fallen, and look, she's become a whole of every foul spirit. You walk down the street, how's the spirit of the people? Look, mother, get off my car, nigga, get up, blah, blah. It's what you hear. This is among you, among white folk. It may not have that same thing, but it's low down and foul. They plot the takeover of governments and nations. Plot how to use food as a weapon to starve people and force them to bow down to policies and programs that are not good. A hole of every foul spirit and a cage for every unclean and hateful bird. You know what an unclean bird is? An unclean bird is like a raven, a vulture, buzzard. You know, they live off the decaying flesh of others. This is what America has become. A house filled with foul-spirited, unclean, hateful people that feed from the decaying flesh of each other. Now, as trouble breaks out for white folk all over the world, you see them running, getting out of Africa, getting out of Asia, unclean, hateful birds. They fly into Europe, fly into America. America got her Statue of Liberty opening the door for European immigrants to come in. And when they come, they're full of hate, because they lost their possession in Africa, in the Caribbean. They run to America. And they look at you with hate because your brother over there drove them out. So America has become a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived luxuriously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Mystery Babylon gonna burn. Oh man, well, let's get into it now. Y'all all right? Now listen, brothers and sisters, I want to make a few simple points here on the Day of Atonement, the Sabbath day, and the Day of Judgment. In the Old Testament, the Jews have a Day of Atonement, and it's the highest holy day in the Jewish calendar. And those who are Hebrews, whether they're black or white, observed that holy day. That day of atonement was a sign. Not the real thing. It was a sign of something. I'm going to say it again. The Day of Atonement practiced by Jews or Hebrews all over the world is a sign of something much bigger. The Sabbath that you practice, that 24-hour period from sundown on the day of the 6th, the night of the 6th, to sundown on the 7th day is your Sabbath. And you do that once a week. That's not the real Sabbath. That's a sign. All right. Let me explain. You see, the Caucasian was given 6 days. So when Moses came, he gave them a reminder of their doom. He said, now 6 days you do your work, but in the 7th day you rest. That is a holy day that must be consecrated to God. So if you look at most of us who are Christians or Jews, we would work for 6 days and we would kind of raise a lot of hell, you know, do what you want to do 6 days. And when I was young, on the night of the 6th day, which if you were a Jew, it would be Friday evening going into Saturday. If you were a Christian, it's Saturday evening going into Sunday. Saturday night, Mom would get the children and we all would have to bathe and get washed up and get cleaned up. This was a long time ago. We only took a bath once a week during them days. Or if we only could take a bath once a week this time, man, there'd be some tough stuff around here. But on that night, Mama would get your clothes ready for church on Sunday. And you get your suit ready and your shirt and your clean underwear. And then when Sunday morning came, it was a whole different atmosphere in the house. The family gathered. There was more talk of righteousness, you know, family matters. And you'd get ready to go to church, to attend Sunday school, then Sunday service, then you'd come back in the evening for your Vesper service or whatnot. But all of that was just a sign. A sign of what? See, a day with the Lord is as 1,000 years. So what God was giving them through Moses was this. You got 6,000 years, white folk, to raise hell on this earth. But in the 7,000th year, and this is why you have a group of people called the Seventh-day Adventists, who believe that God would come in the 7th day or the 7,000th year from Adam. So now what you call the day, the Sabbath, is really a 1,000-year period where the whole earth would be cleansed from the work of Satan. And it starts on the coming of the Mahdi and the Messiah, or God's presence in the world. Then that millennium begins. That Sabbath begins. So you're being called now to come out of the 6-day work of this enemy. Take off the old man, put on the new man. Take off the old clothes of an old world of lies and deceit and put on a clean garment of truth and righteousness. Come out of her. Now, you ain't going to be here 1,000 years. But the work of the Sabbath has already begun. It is the day when healing takes place. Okay? What did 6 days of living under white folk make out of us? Do you think we need some healing? I mean, just look at yourself. We're not what we should be. Why aren't we? We've been under Satan. So the work of Jesus and the work of the Sabbath is the same work. That's why the Jews didn't agree with Jesus. They said, look, Jesus, you say you're a Jew, but look at what you're doing. You're doing some work on the Sabbath. You should not work on the Sabbath. He said, what man having a donkey that falls in the ditch wouldn't pull him out on the Sabbath day? And then in Mark it says, the Sabbath was made for man and not man for the Sabbath. What does that mean? The seventh day was made for you, the original man, to clean up, to get up from the dust of the white man's world. Shake the dust off, man. Shake the shackles off and become like unto God. This is the day, listen. This is the day that was made to get you up. But the white man is not, he's not made for this day. This is the day that he rests. He is to die. In this 1,000-year period, he is to die. And the only way he can escape it is if he's born again. And I don't mean going back into the womb of black people, but his mind has to be destroyed and a new mind be put in him. And otherwise, all of them are sentenced to death. Every white man on the earth. No. Listen. That could be your mother. They're all under the death sentence. And you are under that sentence too. Because you've become just like them. You just a black white man. Did you hear what I said? You ain't no black man. You're a white man in black skin because your mind has been so destroyed. The mark of the beast is in your forehead. You think like the white man. And you act like the white man. He don't have to kill you today. You do the job. You're so filled with hatred for your own black self that it don't mean nothing to you to pick up a weapon to kill your own black brother. And you laugh as you smoke each other. You the white man. But you a grafted white man. You a devil. You a black devil. Playing with God. Devils in the church. Devils in the mosque. Hellraisers. This is you. You ain't no good. And unless you change, the sentence of death is on us all. And before I leave today, I'm going to make you to know that you will not be alive too much longer unless you make a change. That white dress ain't going to save you. That bow tie is not going to save you. Wearing the Quran, holding the Bible ain't going to save a damn soul. You either going to change and do right or die like you are. But death is in America now. It's what I come to tell you today, and you won't hear from me no more for a while, but I'm putting it on your mind. And you'll never be able to say I didn't tell you. You playing with God. And he's sick of you and me and us. Now, here you have a day of atonement. It's like the Sabbath. 24-hour period? No. It's a period of time that you got, and you don't have much longer. You got to get it together. It's a time, brothers, when you got to, and sisters, where you got to admit that you're off course. I'm wrong, God. You got to say like the prodigal son, Father, I have sinned. And I'm no longer worthy to be called your own.